I think years from now, we really will look back on this time in our company's history and appreciate what a milestone it really was. Not just for our company, but for our customers and for our industry as a whole. Truguard truly is the only way to isolate the upper controls. This is a big deal. It's a big deal for us, for our company, our customers, and our industry. Truguard is here to stay.
A lot of times I'm asked why there are high electrical resistant controls and what's their purpose. An operator in an aerial lift can come in contact with electrical phases. The boom tip itself can also come into contact with electrical phase or grounding wire. If this occurs, the upper controls can actually become energized, and this can cause serious injury or death to the operator. In recent years, airlift manufacturers have tried to come up with a solution to offer the operator a better protection of the upper controls. And this is how the development of a single plastic control handle came about. After a few years out in the market, the fleet managers, owners, operators, mechanics, safety personnel all agree that this was just not a very good solution. The single handle plastic design offers limited protection as it only protects one handle. If you'll notice at the upper controls, there's multiple handles that the operator can come in contact with. And not only the controls, we're also concerned with the tool port connections that he hooks his hydraulic tools to. This can be an issue if they become energized also. In addition to the controls and tool ports, there's also concern with the control panel top. And this can also be another contact area for the operator. We've all seen how upper control stations can become contaminated through environmental and contact contamination over the years of use. When plastic handles are new, they're tested per ANSI A92 dielectric standards, and they will pass that test. The problems occur after they've been in the field for a year or two, and owners are having an issue with them passing a dielectric test. And it's gotten so difficult that they'll actually deny they have these controls on there so they don't have to do annual tests on them. All plastic handle controls are designed with the same basically plastic elements, linkage or handles. You have three problems with these. First one is the feel of the design. The operators just don't get the same feel they get with a metal handle control. They just don't get the reaction they're used to. The second one is the durability of the unit. Plastic wears and tears and it stretches, and once again the operators prefer a more robust metal design. The third element is the downtime. Since these are dielectrically tested, if one of the plastic linkages break, the unit should be taken out of service and returned to the shop for repair, thus adding downtime for the operator. High electrical resistant controls are not a replacement for rubber gloves, cover-ups, and any of the other procedures an operator must follow while operating on energized lines. This is a concern with fleet managers and owners in that they're concerned that the operator is going to see that he has a plastic handle or maybe a rubber boot covering up a control, or maybe even the sheet of plastic on top of the console, and think that he's protected and remove his gloves or cover-ups and continue with his work. But high electrical resistant controls are not a replacement for their standard safety work practices. Owners, fleet managers, users, safety personnel, mechanics are really not satisfied with the single handle plastic design, and they demand more. And that's why here at Time Manufacturing, we've developed a system which really exceeds all their expectations, and that's with the introduction of Truguard technology. Truguard technology was developed by Time Manufacturing to give the operator a true guard against phase-to-phase and phase-to-ground contact. It effectively blocks the electrical path from the boom tip and jib to the entire upper control panel. It's a simple and effective design that gives us a true insulating gap between the control panel and the boom tip area. where single plastic handle designs only give the operator protection on that single control handle. Truguard technology offers protection to all of the control handles at the upper control station. The hydraulic tool power ports are also protected, and the third component, the console area itself, is protected also. This is achieved because Truguard isolates the entire upper control area from the boom tip and jib. Truguard technology was developed and tested over several years. It's manufactured from a uniquely engineered polymer, which gives it its high dielectric properties and ultra-high strength. Single-handle plastic controls, when tested to ANSI A9 2.2, they barely passed that test. Truguard's unique design and shape makes it resistant to contamination, and it also gives it a true isolating gap so that it easily passes ANSI A9 2.2 test standards. Environmental contamination is an issue that we really need to deal with. With a plastic control handle, the dielectric properties are quickly and greatly reduced in a short amount of time. We actually developed a bubble shield. It protects the insulating surfaces on the Truguard from road grime and just environmental contamination. In addition to the bubble type shield, we had a concern about contaminants that would fall through the top of the control panel and settle down on the isolating area of the Truguard. The Truguard's unique design actually directs debris and contaminating liquids away from its isolating surfaces. It's also sealed with a neoprene seal, and what this does, it redirects these contaminants around the insulating surfaces of the Truguard and gives you a much longer period that you will maintain your insulating properties. Truguard technology was developed for the real world. We use standard JIC fittings, and we also use some extended O-ring fittings into the Truguard itself to make it much more mechanic friendly. We need to make the Truguard durable. That's why it was designed to exceed all ANSI A9 2.2 standards for hydraulics components. We also tested it at extreme temperature and pressure ratings because that's what our aerial equipment is required to do. It was tested to 9,000 psi. It was also tested above 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was also cycle tested below minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We're often asked about fiber optic controls. Fiber optic controls are fragile and basically have a shorter lifespan. Truguard technology offers the operator and the mechanic true full hydraulic controls that they're used to working with and working on each and every day. With Truguard technology, you'll get the added advantage of getting a piece of equipment that'll last for over 30 years, and it also maintains a much higher resale value than a unit with fiber optic systems. What's different between full hydraulic controls and a fiber optic system is that, electronics do have a limited life, and the designs always change on those. Full hydraulics have been around for 50, 60 years, and it gives you a nice piece of equipment that you can use in well excess of 30 years. With fiber optics, you get plastic handles, special service instructions, fiber optic cables, batteries, charging. With Truguard, you don't really get any of those issues. With Truguard, you get a true isolated upper control panel. There's no plastic links or handles. You get true response metal controls. You get true contamination protection. It exceeds all ANSI A9 2.2 dielectric testing. There's no false sense of protection for the operator. It's mechanic friendly and operator preferred. It's tested in extreme temperatures and pressures, and it's really the only true upper control safety guard.
If you look at our company as a whole and the products we've developed over the years, the innovations that we've developed over the years, there really is one common theme, and that is safety. We never lose sight of our customer safety. This is not a marketing gimmick. This is not a false sense of security. It truly is the biggest innovation to come along in our industry in years.